We don't have, but we're all able to help in some way, whether it's through tefillah, whether it's through tzedakah, or however it might be. We're here tonight to raise money for our fellow Jews. I would like to start off by saying thank you, and especially for Chattanooga Restaurant. They took really, really good care of me when I came here. I made one stop. This was my first place. I didn't go anywhere else. I said, this is the perfect spot. So we know that tonight we're raising money, and the money is going to go towards Tehillim to the soldiers of Israel. The organization is called Breslov Research Institute, and they already gave out 20,000 copies of Tehillim for the soldiers. All the money that we're raising through the sales of the wine will go towards Tehillim, as well as the Hatzalah of Israel, in order to protect Am Yisrael. And Bezrat Hashem, we should get over this situation and bring Mashiach Tzidkenu B'mehera B'yameinu. I would like to introduce the speaker tonight. Rav Meir El-Kabas is here to teach us that, unfortunately, yes, we've gone through very hard troubles, but we need the weapon, and the weapon is to be happy, to be the Simcha. And Bezrat Hashem, through the Simcha tonight, we're going to support Am Yisrael together. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Louder? How's that? Okay. How's that? Good. If we want to start off tonight with a joke. When Golda Meir brought President Carter for the first time to the Holy Land, so she brought him to the Kotel, and she's explaining to President Carter, this is the wall where all your prayers are answered. She said, great. That means if I ask that the American economy be the best economy, my prayers be answered? And she said, yes. And if I ask that America should be the superpower over Russia, my prayers be answered? She said, yes. And if I ask that the Israelis make peace with the Arabs, my prayers be answered? She said, no, now you're talking to the wall. I had to start off with that because this will be the main focus of tonight. We have to, first of all, take a look at this year. This year has been crazy. This year hasn't even started. We didn't even start the year. To explain. The Ben Ish Chai says that Hoshana Rabbah, Hoshana, the name Hoshana means a few things. Number one, please Hashem, save, please save, Hoshana. The Ben Ish Chai adds, there's something more here. Hosha, save on behalf of Na, Nun, Aleph. Nun is 50, Aleph is 1. What's 51? 51 are the days from Rosh Chodesh Elul, that's 30 days, plus the 21 days of Tishrei, going into Hoshana Rabbah. Meaning what? 51 days of preparation for the year. That means from Rosh Chodesh Elul, we say Slichot and Tehillim, and we're doing Tshuva, and we're trying to be better. We say K'tiva v'chatema tova. If I did something to you, please forgive me. If there's something by you that's my me and I didn't return it, please forgive me. Okay, Rosh Hashanah comes. It's a day of judgment. The tzaddikim are judged immediately for life. The Rishayim are judged immediately for death. People in between, like us, are given until Yom Kippur. But still, we're given until Hoshana Rabbah. What's Hoshana Rabbah? It's when the edict is given out. You have the court decides, okay, boom, 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 here's the judgment. So it takes time for the actual judgment to go out. It's called the ptakim, the actual edict of paper in heaven. So the Gemara teaches, the Midrash, everyone teaches that on Hoshana Rabbah, if you had a bad judgment, you still have a last resort, a last chance to bring it back. That's why many people wear white also on Hoshana Rabbah. Right? We say we do 7 times Hakafot. We stay up all night doing the Kraya, doing the Tehillim and the Chumash. Why? In case we have a last chance, because it wasn't yet sent out, we can say we have a bad decree, Chas Shalom, so we can now bring it back. This extends also into the night of Simchat Torah. Simchat Torah, when you say at the Arvit, Hashem Elokechem Emet Ve'emunah, your parnasa for the whole year is executed at that point. That means Hoshana Rabbah, the night of Simchat Torah, is still ending the judgment from Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. So when does the year technically, officially begin? On the morning of Simchat Torah, okay? What happened this year? What in the world happened this year? Hashem didn't wait even a second. When did we hear, and you guys obviously heard later on, when did we hear that the Hamasnikim and the Arabs entered? What time? 6:30, exactly. 6:30, 6:32, 6:34. Nets in Yerushalayim was 6:36. By the West Coast was a bit earlier, 6:30, 6:34. They came at nets, as if Hashem didn't wait even a second. The year didn't even start. We want to start the year because the judgment is Hoshana Rabbah, finishing off. The night of Simchat Torah, the Parnasa. Okay, you have all night for Arvit, technically. So the morning is when the year begins and we dance. What's the idea of dancing on Simchat Torah, by the way? The dancing on Simchat Torah is my recognition that I have a meaning in my life. Hashem loves me. I'm part of this big plan. He lets me, even though I am up and down, my life has ups and downs, I have the schut of dancing with the Torah. The Torah is complete. I know I'm not complete, and yet Hashem gives me the opportunity to dance. This is considered the greatest simcha of the year, and that's why we start off the year with a boom of being happy on the beginning of the year. And instead, they call it, what do they call it now? Shabbat HaShachor. In Israel, they call it the Black Sabbath, the Black Shabbat. And it's supposed to be the happiest day of the year, okay? So we have to take a look. What in the world is Hashem trying to tell us? Many Rabbanim and Mekubalim say, okay, we have to say more Tehillim, we have to do more Tshuva, we have to do more Shmata Lashon, more Tzedakah. There's many things they're saying, but there's a message here, and it's pretty clear. So let's take a look. Number one, this happened on Simchat Torah, the happiest day of the year, and now we have, unfortunately, the greatest pogrom of the last 80 years. In one day, 1,400, 1,200, crazy what we're all shocked. We're all shocked. When we saw the videos and the pictures, we didn't know what hit us. It's like someone pulled the carpet from under our feet. We had no idea what happened. We're just starting to get out to start the year, boom, right? So Simchat Torah, number one. Number two, the first thing that hit everybody was the Nova Festival. Those poor teenagers, 3,000 kids, half of them not brought up religious. So anyways, they don't know what true Simcha of being a Jew is. Another half, they possibly grew up religious, but they fell off because they never had the positive attitude of Simcha and Ahava in their Judaism. And they were just looking for happiness. If it was, God forbid, doing drugs, or having this festival on Shabbat and Yom Tov, but they were looking for Simcha, okay? Number two. Number three, hostages. What does the Torah say about hostages? Where do you find hostages? In the Torah mentioned, Parashat Ki Tavo. Parashat Ki Tavo, 98 curses. Amongst them, Banecha uvnotecha bashevi. Your sons and daughters will be taken hostage. And why? Why? Parashat Ki Tavo gives the reason. What does it say there? Tachat asher lo avadeta et Hashem elokecha besimcha uvtuv levav. Unbelievable. It's not a Hasidic teaching. It's from the Torah. You know why you're going to get punished? Not because you're not keeping Shabbat and you're not doing mitzvot. No. The Torah is saying this. The reason why you're getting punished? Because you're not serving Hashem with joy. Why? What does joy have to do? Let me do the tefillin, whether I'm happy or not. Let me get up in the morning for the tefillin. Whether I'm happy or not, let me do Yom Kippur, Shabbat. Why happiness? Because the Torah knows if you are not happy in your Judaism, push gets the shav, and the first thing you're going to drop is the Torah. The classic story. Two families arrived in Ellis Island in the 1920s, before World War I, World War II, whatever. When back then in America, you had to work 6 days a week. 6 days means from Monday to Saturday. Day off, Sunday, the Christian Sabbath, right? So the religious Jews who came from Eastern Europe, wherever, they said, me work on Shabbat? No way, no way. They come with 4 or 5 family, children, religious, Hasidim, whatever. Come Shabbat, they don't tell their boss they didn't show up to work, and they have the first Shabbat, which is normal, more or less. They come to work Monday morning, you're fired. You didn't come to work on Saturday morning, you're fired, okay? Next week, less job opportunities. And because the businesses, the factory saw that these religious people take off work on Saturday without telling the bosses, they tell the other factories, be careful of these Jews, because they don't show up at work on Saturday morning, even though they'll tell you. So that means by 2-3 weeks, they were stuck in a situation where there was no food for Shabbat. 2 families, the exact same story. They had the situation after 2-3 Shabbatot in America, okay? One family, one guy, the father, his kids, Abba, what are we going to do? There's no challah, there's no fish on the table, there's nothing on the table, what are we going to do? And he couldn't handle the pressure. Next Shabbat, he already worked. And he, 10, 20 years down the line, he lost all of his kids. They all assimilated, okay? The other family, he saw the same exact same situation, no food on the table. But what did he do? He took his kids on his lap. He said, my children, Hashem wants us this Shabbat to sing. Our mission, our job was just to sing. And he was so happy, and he ingrained with his self-confidence, the Simcha on his children, that they were happy. And he had a miracle. Hashem opened the door. He had a job. He didn't end up dying. He had a job. His kids ended up having a Jewish education. They became Talmidei Chachamim. Okay? The Torah says, Simcha, Avat Hashem Elokecha b'simcha, because that's the key. That is the key. If you're not happy in Judaism, the first thing you're going to throw out is the Judaism. It says, Rashi brings down, there's someone who serves Hashem out of fear. I have to do it because in my house, when we didn't do it, we got smacked and everything. Another one, he now has reached a level where, wow, I appreciate what I'm doing. I believe that little me, my bracha is etched forever. It's eternal. My tefillin is etched forever. My Shabbat is eternal. I have a meaning. Even though I am as I am, I'm mixed up. But I have a meaning, okay? The Torah knows that if a person serves Hashem out of Simcha, so when he goes through difficult situations, he's not going to drop it. He's going to hold on to it. Whereas the person who is a burden, we have to do it because that's what we're taught and everything. So when push gets the shove, the first thing he drops off is the Simcha. Now the goyim, the essence of Galut, believe it or not, is what? Sadness. You think about it. This crazy Hamas guy, he takes the Facebook of the grandmother and he shows the grandchildren how he's killing the grandmother. What does he have in his head? What does he have in his head? He wants to cause them pain. Why? Because the pain leads to suffering and sadness. Simple. We as Jewish people, our essence is Simcha, right? David HaMelech, Simcha, all the psukim we have in Tehillim about Simcha, because that's the key in being a Jew, okay? So the Goyim, when they see us broken and sad, that's what they want. When they come to hurt us, pogroms and slaughter Jews, when they see us sad, they're happy. The famous picture in Times Square, I think it was, where there was the Palestinian rally just a month ago, right? And you had the Israelis, and the pro-Israelis are screaming. So what are the Arabs doing? Boo, they're making fun of the Jews because they won. If you are screaming and crying, they won. So then what are we supposed to do? Our weapon is Simcha. When the Goyim see that they didn't even dent a hole in me, and I'm standing strong. That famous picture, if you remember, there's a picture from the Holocaust that there was a rabbi with a white beard, and the Nazis cutting off his beard, and the Jew smiling. He's smiling. Why? It's like sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me. In other words, you can try to do anything you want to me, but my Jewish flame is still here, and I'm happy about it. Why? Because I know it's eternal. There's an amazing story of a mother and daughter. They went through the Holocaust together. Auschwitz. A mother and daughter being together from beginning to end, that's already rare. And she was a religious woman, a God-fearing woman. They asked her, how did you do it? So she said, when she got into the camp and she saw the disgusting situation of the chimneys and the bodies and everyone being tortured, everyone sad, she started to crack up. She started to laugh. And they asked her, why did you laugh? First of all, and so, okay, so what happened? You laughed? She said the Nazis were scared to touch her. They thought she was cuckoo because she was laughing the whole time. In Auschwitz, you're laughing? Is this lady normal? So they were a bit scared to get close to her, taboo, voodoo, whatever. So they left her alone and her daughter. And they asked her, why were you laughing? Are you normal? You see your fellow Jews being killed and burned and everything, you're laughing? So she said like this, I was laughing because these Germans are so stupid. Hitler is stupid. You don't know you're gonna pay for it? You think you can get away with doing bad and get away with it? She couldn't contain herself, she's cracking up. What's waiting for you guys? Who in the world gets away with doing bad? Who? They get paid. The Midrash says, by the way, that when Esav said, Yikrevu Yemei Evel Aviv, Esav said, I want to kill Yaakov, but I'm going to wait for my father Yitzchak to pass away, and then I'm going to kill Yaakov. So Paro, the Midrash says, he said about Esav, Esav, you're stupid. You wait. In the meantime, Yaakov has kids, 12 tribes, and there's 70 people. What do you have a big job? So what did Paro say? Me, I'm not going to wait. He told the midwives, you see, as soon as the baby is born, it's a boy, you kill him on the spot. It's a girl, okay. So then Haman came along afterwards and he said about Paro, you're stupid also, Paro. What, you kill just the boys? A girl is not Jewish? A Jewish woman, she has children, even if a goy, whatever. But the children are Jewish. What did you accomplish? Me, Haman said, I'm going to kill everybody. Taf, Nashim, men, women, children, I'm going to do everything. Comes along Gog. Gog is now. They said, Gog is Google, by the way. Gog, Klipat, Gog. Gog, Magog, this is the final war before Mashiach comes. Gog, he says about Haman, you're stupid. You think you can do away with the Jews? So long as they're connected with their God, Avim Sheba Shamayim, you can't dent the Jewish people. What am I going to do? I'm going to first separate the Jewish people from Hashem, and then I can attack them. So the Midrash finishes, Hashem says to Gog, you want to fight me? No problem. He brings him to the Holy Land, and in Eretz Yisrael, he brings him down. Okay? But you see that even the Goyim, they say to each other, they're stupid, because they don't get away, they can't get away with it. This lady, going back to this lady, she was laughing because it's so obvious. You're going to pay the price. And I'm laughing because there's going to be Tchat HaMetim. I'm going to see my grandparents again. My great-grandparents are going to see the Beit HaMikdash, Mashiach. There's a future for us. You guys have nothing and you're going to pay the price. Okay? So the point is, our weapon now, more than anything else right now, is we have to build a Simcha. That means, number one, if there wasn't any Simcha in your life, now's the time to start. And if you have some minimal Simcha, it's not enough. You got to work hard. Because the way Mashiach will come is not through worry and panic, and oh my God, look what they're doing. The Pasuk says clearly, Ki besimcha tetzeu. The way we're going to get out of this galut is through joy. Okay, you don't see that right now. Okay? More than that, the goyim, az yomru bagoyim, higdel Hashem lasot imele, higdel Hashem lasot imanu, haynu smechim. The goyim will say, whoa, how astonishing is what Hashem did for these people, the Jewish people, which in fact was for our benefit, and we're happy now. It says in the Psukim that the Goyim are going to take every Jew by hand and bring them back to Eretz Yisrael. If it's El Al or Canada, United, whatever, they're going to come back, bring us all back to Eretz Yisrael. So the signs of Mashiach are Simcha. We don't see it yet. This panic and worry and thinking Mashiach will come through this, it's not yet. What's needed is to use what happened and to build what's called resilience, to take it and go back up. I have a joke that a Jewish drink is 7-Up. Why 7-Up? Sheba Ipor Tzadik, come. A Tzadik falls 7 times down and gets back up. Our weapon to get up, believe it or not, is Simcha. Okay, so now what to do when you're not happy? Well, I'm trying to be happy, it's not working. What to do? We have 5, they're called the fabulous 5. 5 pathways of being Besimcha. Number 1 is telling jokes. That's what I did about President Carter before, okay? I have another joke to make you smile. And I hope you get it, okay? There was an ahabal. An ahabal is someone who's missing some screws. An ahabal, he came to the doctor, I have pain in my head, whoa, it hurts. So he said, I can't check you like this. I have to do X-ray to see what's in your head. So they do an X-ray, and they see there's nothing in his head. There's nothing in his head. So they said, listen, we never saw such a thing. We have to open your skull to see why there's nothing in your head. He said, okay. So they open his head, they open the skull, and they see a tiny, little string from right to left, and the surgeon doesn't know what it is, and he cuts it, and the guy's ears fall off. Hope you got it. Did you get it? Even if a joke is stupid, It doesn't make sense, you still laugh. Okay? Mila dishtuta, it's called. Mila dishtuta means joking. Even if that it's silly and stupid, but if it makes you smile, it's worth it. Okay? It's very, very necessary. People walk around all day, Tisha B'Av. You go to work, yes, sir, can I help you? You on the bus, can I help you? Everyone is like very serious. Come on. This is not going to bring a happy mood. You need to joke, crack a joke, make them laugh, but get Simcha in the mood. That's number one. Number two, put on music. Why drive to work, quiet and everything? Put on music at home, put on music, dance a little, move around. Simcha, when the body moves because of a beat and a rhythm and a nigun, it gets you happy, it gets you in a good mood. That's the power of nigun. Okay, nigun, melody, is to induce joy. That's number two. Number three is something called finding your good points. What happens normally? A person is always negative. The Al-Sheikh HaKadosh, he says, just before I go on, the Al-Sheikh says, Hashem created the human eye, that the pupil looks black, right? It's really see-through, but the pupil, the bat ayin, is dark. Why? Because it's the nature of people to look at things dark. The way people are natural is negative. Where were you today? How come you didn't come on time? Everyone is like black, black, black. You have to work to be positive. You have to work, you have to build it up. And this starts by finding what's called your nekudot tovot, your good points. A guy wakes up at 8, he misses his bus, he's upset. Take it easy. At least I woke up. Thank God I woke up, right? Good points. At least this, at least that. It's not as bad as it could have been. Finding good, you have to train to do it. But with time, a person does it a lot. He works at finding the good points. Number 4, giving thanks to Hashem. The very first thing a Jew says when he wakes up in the morning is what? Modeh. The very first thing. The whole day is contained in the opening of the day. Modeh ani. I give thanks to Hashem. On what? That you brought me back to life. Because if you wanted to Hashem, I would have been dead right now. But you woke me up. How many people we know that didn't wake up? It happens. It happens. Okay. So we give thanks to Hashem, and the whole day is bonus. Meaning what? When you look at life, that I don't deserve anything, and everything is a gift. And really, it's a gift because I see how I do things, and I feel that Hashem's not so happy with me because I know I'm not 100%. Okay. When you have that attitude, automatically everything is giving thanks. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Okay. Number 5 is what we spoke about earlier about this lady in Auschwitz, by looking at the future. In other words, when you look at the present, of course you have what to be sad about. Of course you have what to be sad about. When you look at just now, this is not right, that's wrong, because you're looking like this. But if now you step back and look at the whole life, the whole creation, you look at the 6,000 years from Adam Rishon until Bezat Hashem after Mashiach comes, and you see in the big picture, what you're going through is tiny. If you know in the end, everything's going to work out, so why are you sad? Why are you so broken now? This didn't happen, the marriage is not working on the children. But wait a second, you know in the end it's going to work out? You know in the end, things are going to be good, there's going to be Tchat HaMetim, Mashiach will come, it's going to be good? Yes. So why are you sad now? Why are you broken now? Because you're looking just at the present. If you connect the present to the future, like this lady did in Auschwitz, you can always be happy. Because you know things will pass. Things will pass. That's how life is. Life is so turbulent, so up and down, up and down, up and down. But it passes. In the end, things will work out. These are called the 5 advices of using to be Simcha. If this doesn't work, you try this. If this doesn't work, you try this. But there's no excuse to be sad. Even over mourning what's happening in Israel and everything, if you fall to sadness and depression because of it, you lost the point. That's not the goal. The goal is resilience, which means you take what happened and now I'm stronger. You didn't break me. You made me build me up even better. That's what our goal is, Bezat Hashem. So now this is the key for Mashiach. Okay? Mashiach will come. We say the wording is, we're going to crown Mashiach. We're going to put a keter on the head of Mashiach. This keter, Bezat Hashem, amen. This keter, believe it or not, refers to the 5th section of the Torah. The Torah has five divisions, 4 that we know of today, and the 5th one that will come in time. The 4 we all know, Pshat, Remez, Drash, Sod, the 4 levels of the Torah, the simple Torah, the hints, the Drash, the Midrashim, and then the Kabbalah. And there's a fifth level called the Keter. The Keter contains behind it, behind the crown, what's called the Or Ein Sof, the infinite lights. The lights from Hashem. What does that mean on a practical level? When you, in your lifetime, are feeling down and heavy, and you manage to build up Simcha, this light that you have is coming from this fifth level called the Keter. And what this does is it sends to you salvation that you need in your present situation in life. Okay? They work together. To explain quickly, an analogy, as you can understand what's happening here. There were two brothers, two tzaddikim, Rabbi Elimelech and Rabbi Zusha. These two brothers, they went traveling to villages undercover, not just like tzaddikim, they were dressed like regular people. And they came to a village where there was a curfew. 9 p.m., you're on the street, you get arrested, you put in the jail until the morning. In the morning, they check the documents, see who you are, and you can go free. Why do they do that? A preliminary against robbers, thieves, okay? So they arrived in this village at 9:15. They had no time to set up where they're going to sleep, where they're going to stay. So they were arrested. 9 p.m. they're arrested. They were thrown into the jail, okay? They see the jail cell. What is the jail cell back then? All mattresses around, and in the middle was the toilet, the bathroom, and the smell, which means you can't pray, you can't say Kriyat Shema, you can't do anything. So Rabbi Elimelech was very sad. He was very sad. His brother, the older brother, Zusha, was always happy. He said, "My brother, why are you sad?" He said, "Look, because of the smell of the bathroom here, I can't daven. We have to say Akshav Arvit. Now soon it's going to be dawn. I didn't pray Arvit. No Kriyat Shema. Gehinam is better. Gehinam, at least I can cry to Hashem. Here, nothing." So Rabbi Zusha said to his brother, my super duper brother, Rabbi Elimelech, who in his lifetime never missed it praying Arvit in his lifetime. Don't you think maybe Hashem did this purposely so you can do the mitzvah like this? What does it mean like this? The halacha says that when you're in such a situation where you can't pray because of a bathroom, so you say in your heart, Hashem, Ribono Shel Olam, I want to do your will. I want to do what you want me to do, but I can't because of the situation. So please, let it be considered. It's called Keilu, as if I did the davening, the Kriyat Shema. And the halacha says you get a reward like you did it, because what can you do? You're anus. It's not your fault. So he said to him, my super duper brother, Hashem wants you to do the Arvit like this. He said, you know, you're right. And they started dancing, and all the goyim in the room, they see these two Jews dancing. They saw them looking at them, they grabbed their hands, they all made a hora around the toilet bowl. They're all dancing. This one is singing about his vodka, this one's singing about his wife. But these two are singing because of their Judaism. The warden, he hears this singing in the jail, and in jail you have to be sad. Everyone's Tisha B'Av in the jail, right? So the warden comes and he said, what's this noise? And they said, because of the toilet. He said, oh, really? He opened the cell, he took out the toilet. After 5 minutes, the smell went, and Rav Zusha told Melech, now you can daven. What does that teach us? Unbelievable. What does that teach you? That if you have simcha, you can get a solution. In other words, when you're stuck in a situation, you don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, this, that, what you should do, avoid it, work on simcha, and the simcha creates a solution. Ki besimcha tetzeu. With simcha, you get out. Get out of what? Get out of anything. Whenever you're stuck in life and you feel that they want to make you depressed and sad and heavy and there's no hope and everything, what to do? You have to leave the situation, build simcha, and you draw good energy. So going back, our weapon now from Israel, for Eretz Israel, is to work on being the simcha, and Bezat Hashem, with the simcha, we will come to crown Mashiach and to tap into this fifth level of the Torah, the infinite light, and thus have this beautiful bliss of calmness and joy forever. Bezat Hashem. We didn't finish. What's that? Everything. I don't like just speaking and then I have to go back to Israel. I want to do something with you guys. Everything we gave over tonight is taken from one lesson from a book by Rabbi Nachman of Breslov. It's called Likutey Moharan. This book is not a normal book. What I mean by that, as you learn it, you begin to see things happening in your life that were not happening before. And you pick it up and you see these are messages connected to this lesson I'm learning. It's something phenomenal. But that's not enough. Another thing is to bring it down to practical. It's one thing to see things happening in life, but it's another thing I want to change. So there's another book written by his disciple called Likutey Tfilot, prayers on this lesson. How they work is, number one, learning about them activates them in your life, and then praying about it brings it to internalization. It can be compared to a person, God forbid, he has like a skin rash on his elbow, and the doctor says you have to get this expensive $100 50 tube of cream, and you have to apply it on the wound. So he goes to the pharmacy and he buys the cream. I got the cream. But you idiot, you have to apply it on the wound. You got the cream, but you have to put it on the wound. So it's two stages. Number one, getting the remedy, and number two, applying it. So too, the Torah of this tzaddik, Rabbi Nachman, creates a remedy, and number two, when you pray about it, it begins to directly heal it. We prepared tonight, check this out, please. We prepared tonight something better, something in free. A QR code leading to a WhatsApp page with a PDF file of this entire lesson and prayer in a 40-day challenge format, which means I challenge all of you to do this. It's 1 minute a day of reading the lesson, and afterwards there's the prayer. And see, after 40 days, we pick 40 because that's the special number. Moshe Rabbeinu went up 40 days, right? 40 is a very special number in Judaism of seeing results. 40-day challenge of seeing a change in your life, Bezat Hashem. It has the QR here if you want to pass it out, Bezat Hashem. And there's a second QR here to help send support for printing more Tehillim for the soldiers, the IDF soldiers, in the format that they can use it as a weapon, Bezat Hashem. Thank you very much. That's Acharadu. Ladies